Well, Coach Allen, it's the first time we've really gotten to speak the last month or so just from the bowl game. Talk to us from that game out in California to now, how you've taken that team's performance and starting to build that into your winter workouts.
I feel like that, it was a great experience for our team. We had a really good week together out there. It was a really, beautiful place, great opportunity, a place a lot of our guys had never been before. And so I think that really creates a lot of neat memories for our players and their families. And so really enjoyed that. Obviously, the game was not what we wanted, but very proud of our players, as I said afterwards, and proud of the preparation that they put into it and the process of getting ready for it. I thought they did everything I asked them to do, and it just came up a little short, and you can go through. And one thing I told our team afterwards that it was a team loss, we each phase had an opportunity in those last few minutes to seal the deal, and we weren't able to do that. And so it kind of, in some ways, was a microcosm of our whole season, and the things that we had kind of struggled with at times, and with protecting the football and scoring in the red zone. Those reared their ugly head in that game, and then defense had a chance to finish out the game with a 1-point lead, and couldn't do that, and then only gave up a field goal, but still it was enough to be the difference, and then had a chance on special teams to seal it as well, and didn't do that. So all three phases can learn from that, but I feel like it gives us tremendous leverage to show where we are as a program. We played a great football team. In a neat venue, on a national stage, and played extremely hard, played well, just didn't finish, So we're excited about the opportunity to break through in 2017.
Coach, obviously following the game, you head into off-season mode, start the recruiting and all of those types of things. Talk to us about just that first weekends as you hit the recruiting field.
It was fun to get back on the road. There's a lot of excitement. I was in Indiana those first couple of days, and really sensing a lot of from the high school coaches and a lot of the recruits, and even younger guys. You get a chance to see them work out in their venues and their schools, and just a lot of excitement about Indiana. High school football towards Indiana University, because of the connections that I have with the state, and bringing in Mike DeBoer is the guy that many of the coaches know as well. And so I just sense a lot of excitement towards next season.
Do you have a number in mind as signing days around the corner, a general idea of where you guys are going to be at?
Yeah, probably going to be in the low 20s. It won't be a full group just based on your numbers every year. That varies based on how many seniors and guys that leave the program, and so it will be a smaller group than last year probably.
Coach, you mentioned Mike DeBoer, some of the just different assistant coaching changes that have been made in the last month or so. How's that transition gone? Obviously, in the early stages, as you begin into the winter workouts and things of that nature, how's that gone?
It's been good. I think that's added to some of the excitement around here, is bringing guys in that have a strong track record of great success, the places they've been, and with Mike's ties to the state, that's been huge for us. And Sean Watson already being here, and so highly respected by our players. And then Grant Hurd, a guy that's done a tremendous job, in the SEC, and coaching at a high level, recruiting at a high level, and our kids sense that that's now going to be the expectation here.
Coach Allen, you went to the coaches convention, had a different proposals tossed out there as far as assistant coach, signing periods, things of that nature. Talk to us about had that experience and potential changes that may come about.
Yeah, that was my first experience in those meetings as a head coach, which was, I enjoyed those, and I supported the 10th coach, and I see that as a real possibility. Obviously we as a group approved it, and then obviously moves forward from there to be voted on. But I think that's great for our game and for our players, and that's really the whole objective, is to what's best for the student athletes. And then, the chance to have an early signing day, we talked about doing that as well, and adding one of those in December possibly. And so we approved that, and I feel like that's a positive thing that, once again, that helps the student athletes and their families, and helps us as coaches to be able to do a better job of kind of, maybe when a kid makes his decision, be able to go ahead and sign early, and then you can focus on the rest of the class after that. So I think there's going to be some incremental changes in recruiting. I think there's a big push to want to see some growth in that area, and some, change is hard. Nobody wants to do things different sometimes, but I think it's what's best for the future.
Coach, on the field, you look at some of your defensive players that have come out, Tigray Scales and Rashard Fant. They'll be back for next season. Just what does that mean for the team to bring guys that are so proven and such leaders on that defensive side of the ball coming back for another year?
You know, I think we talked as a staff, you know, those are probably the two biggest signees, you know, in this class is to convince those guys to stay. And we really were very honest with them up front and just said, hey, we're going to explore that with you and be alongside with you and help you make the best decision possible for them and with their families, you know. So we did that and let the process kind of play itself out and be as thorough as we could be and to be upfront and honest with them about what we thought and let the NFL say what they think and then together make a decision, you know. So they felt like it was best, and we agreed for them to come back. And so very excited, you know, great players, great young men that add tremendous value to our program.
Coach, on the flip side, obviously, guys like Divine Redding, Marcus Oliver, wishing them the best of luck as they head on to the next level.
Absolutely. You know, love those two guys, man. They've been great players here, great leaders here, just awesome young men that we're very, very proud of. And wish them nothing but the very best, and as they prepare now for the combine, their pro days, and those opportunities that's going to create for them. But obviously, they've laid a tremendous legacy here. They've left, and very, very excited about their future, and wish them the very, very best.
To wrap up, I guess just in the individual side of things, Ralph Green at the Shrine game, Dan Feeney at the Senior Bowl, and those guys with so much experience under their belts, and to get that chance in an all-star game such as that, excellent for the program as well.
Oh, it sure is. It's just another validation to what we're doing here and the progress that we made, and really happy for both those guys. You know, Dan's been tremendous here, and he'll be a tremendous pro player and has an opportunity to be a top pick, you know, first round type guy, and so to be in that Senior Bowl is going to be a great chance for him to show what he's all about as a player and as a person, representing Indiana football, and then Ralph having the opportunity to play in the East-West game is a tremendous honor for him and a tremendous honor for our defense. You know, we haven't we've challenged our guys, and we've talked about when the team plays well, individuals get recognized, and that's a tribute to that. And so really happy for him, and he played his tail off this season. Had a tremendous amount of buy-in from him from the very beginning, and he really helped lead the turnaround in our defense.
Coach, on the coaching side of things, and Coach Wilson now headed to Columbus and Ohio State in that offensive role, so you get a chance to see him coming here to Bloomington to start the season next year.
Yeah, it's really pretty exciting. I'm happy for him, and it's going to make that first game a little more interesting for sure. But we've gone against him in practice and talked ball a little bit, but he's a great offensive mind and has always done a great job on that side of the ball at other places he's been. So he'll have a lot of weapons to choose from and different things there at Ohio State. So we wish him nothing but the best. And as I said before, he'll continue to be a close friend of mine and now a guy that we're going to compete against. So it's going to be a great first opportunity for us.
Coach, finally, as you just continue on with winter workouts and signing day around the corner, take us through the team's schedule at this stage and what's to come in the coming month or so.
Yeah, we'll actually begin our workouts on Tuesday, and they'll be back in there, lifting and running and training as a group. And we have different groups, having divided up based on where they're at physically, and allow our strength staff to really it's a critical time for us to develop. And we got a lot of young guys here that have a lot of talent, but need to get bigger and stronger. And so this is going to be a critical set of months here coming up, leading up to spring football and then getting into spring ball. So our guys are excited, anxious to get back at it. And, because of the bowl season, you really haven't had a lot of time off. And so their bodies have had that chance to recover and rest. And so now they're kind of chomping at the bit to get back.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time.
All right, you're welcome.